Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. This time we're going to talk about the GameStop exclusive Lord Zedd and Rita 2-pack from the Lightning Collection. Honestly, I'm just going to review Rita. I have reviewed Lord Zedd already. There is a one new thing that you get. Technically, it's not even new. We actually have a correction on the staff version. So I'm going to be honest, I'm really just going to review Rita Repulsa. One thing I will say is that my Zedd came with a shot leg. It is glued at the left hand part. I don't know how that happened, but it is what it is. Luckily I already have a Lord Zedd, so let's focus mostly on Rita. First, I'm going to show you that I have a super stiff leg, because as you can see, it is pretty much painted shut there. On this guy though, you do get a slightly better paint job than the original, and you can't see it here, but his wash is a little less. But I actually like this scary wash a lot more. So I'm probably just gonna swap the head, as you can see my top part is bent, and pretty much call it a day. You know, it is what it is. So let's get you out of here. That's a very quick review on you. And let's talk about Rita Repulsa. I am excited to finally have a Rita Repulsa action figure. I don't even think I've gotten one as a kid, because I don't think they ever actually did one. I could be wrong though, but I don't remember seeing one. Maybe, you know, my grandmother didn't want me having one, so that's that. But I do like the fact that they gave her these like cloth-like clothing, and it's not one of those things where it's a plastic robe. I know it doesn't seem like much, but she's our first cloth Lightning Collection figure that I can think of, like not like a cape, but like actual cloth one. So this is a mix of soft goods and plastic, and it's actually a good look. One thing I will say is that while the pixelated face tech looks kind of bad in person, it does pick up very well on camera. I'm noticing as I look through my camera, it does look very good. So I guess it's one of those things where it looks better through the lens of a camera as opposed to the human eye, because I can see the imperfections personally. But here, she just actually looks pretty good. It just picks up really well. So without further ado though, let's jump into that articulation as I fix my focus. Yeah. So Rita has this crazy big soft collar on soft plastic. These are pretty sharp, so please be careful not to poke your eye out. Our arms can lift up. And what I suggest you do is that if you cannot see what is going on like now, I highly recommend you pick up the arm like this. So now you can see what's going on. I was able to lift mine up. And she definitely has a black new term, something new here, because that's not a full regular arm. And she has a regular arm going down the sleeve, obviously. You can roll that back down. Ooh, can I roll it back down? I should be able to roll it back down. I did it before. There we go. All right, this is a hot mess for me, but we're gonna keep it rolling. There we go. We're gonna lift the arms up. She is single jointed, but she does have butterfly joints, so that's very impressive. I really do like that butterfly joint is there. So that means she can hold her wand with two arms. And she has that single jointedness that everyone hates, but it's Rita Repulsa, so I clearly don't mind it, unless we're talking about like the Boom Comics one where she gets awesome. But classic MMPR TV series Rita Repulsa, I think they did a good job of just enabling the basic articulation. Our ab crunch is pretty normal. It's just, you know, you get that soft goods, the upper torso. It's a single crunch, not double. Our head can look up, it can look down, you can look side to side. Actually, you can look a little further down because that soft plastic is there. Our leg articulation, I haven't really tested because she has a dress. So if you move the dress up and, you know, you get rid of the tail feathers, you actually can get further down. There are boots here, so that's pretty cool. You have thigh swivel. I'm actually first time seeing this, so you get the thigh swivel. And with the dress up, you can get all the way up. You have double jointed legs, and you have boot cut. You have ankle articulation, and you can go forwards and backwards. So I'm guessing with the dress down, obviously, you'll lose most of that, but you can stand her up pretty well. And even with this on her back, she balances out most of the time pretty fine. So your Rita Repulsa can look really good. You can actually take her armbands off as well, because you'll get alternate hands, and I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, Rita actually poses up pretty well. Looks just fine to me. I think they nailed it as a 2-pack because they covered the wedding stuff, and I'll get into that right now. So for the accessories, you actually get some cool stuff. So you get the wedding cake, which comes unpainted, which is kind of a bummer. But also, it means if you want to paint it up your own way, you'll be fine. You get a tiny Rita and a tiny Zedd. You get a giant scary spider. And then you get a cake which would be their palace trying to topple everyone. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You'll have the Green Ranger crystal. You'll get the love potion that made Zedd fall in love with her, due to Zedd being too scary for parents back in the day. You'll get the bouquet from the wedding, which I really hope they do Finster now because of this. You'll get Lord's Zedd bomb. And then, oh, you know what? There is another thing about Zedd that I forgot to mention. So on the original Zedd, I believe this is the wrong way. This is the original one. No, in the original one, this is the wrong way. On the new Zedd, they have actually fixed this. It is a slightly darker color, and they fixed this bottom part. So now it actually is correct. I don't think I've noticed that before, but I think that was picked up by someone else. So I'm picking up on something that they showed. We also get a new effect on the original Zedd, because again, I have reviewed Zedd, and this is nothing new. Original Zedd, we got red effects. Now we get purple ones. I am personally going to use this effect for Rita Repulsa though. So, and while Zedd will keep the red one. So let's move you back there. You're useless today. And then you get your hands for Zedd. Let me actually move it over. So if Rita Repulsa, you do get an extra set of hands. So you get an open palm hand. And this is going to be for holding the love potion. Or trying to like have the crystal in her hand. Either which way, how you want to hold it, do whatever. The bouquet can actually fit in these two hands. But more importantly, you get another hand, which is a fist. So there's, you know, you get one closed fist. So if you want to clock a Power Ranger, you can. But most importantly, you will get Rita Repulsa's wand. I think this is dope. If you're reading the Boom comic stuff, this plays a major part in one of the Ranger Slayer stories. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to hope to try to cover at least one shot with that. But this, it actually looks really good. I like this a lot. Painted really well. And she can hold it because, like I said, she has those butterfly joints. So she can hold it with two hands or one hand, depending on how you want to go about it. But now you have the magic wand and you can make the monsters grow. Actually, let me see. Yeah. So I can put it down. And when held up, got to balance it out because there we go. Yeah, look good. So without further ado, now we're going to jump into those size comparisons and those pesky Power Rangers who get on their nerves. So let's do that. All right, now we're going to compare these two with a bunch of other stuff. So I think first I'll start off with other Lightning Collection Power Ranger stuff. So let's do that. Not going to be anything crazy. Let's do a Psycho Green Ranger, which I have yet to review, and I should probably get around to that eventually, but I will. So here's these guys next to Psycho Green. Let's do Ranger Slayer. Because she's always falling, so I want to knock this one out real fast. So here are these guys next to a Psycho Green and a Ranger Slayer, right? Let's move these guys. Next up, we do your main man, Goldar. Who I think these two fit in just fine with. I was hoping we would finally get a Rita, and we did. Then we have a Green Ranger, which definitely fits for the original Season 1 crew when Tommy gave the original 5 the work. The original work. This is high-key stress for everybody as a kid when he gave them that work. And I think this works out actually pretty cool. Size-wise, everybody's different, but it does fit together, and it's nice. Next up, we're going to do a Putty Patroller. This is why I'm hoping we get Finster. That would be dope. So I gotta definitely get that Zordon outfit 2-pack. Actually, let me fix his leg. There we go. So we can get that proper height comparison. There we go. Next up, we're gonna compare it to a Hasbro G.I. Joe. I'm gonna use Beachhead. Voila. Now we're going to compare it to some other stuff. Because if you need some monsters or some goons, I'm just going to use a random SHF. And we have Super Machine Chaser. He can work as a Rita Repulsa goon if you want. It's not like they didn't use the Beetleborgs for Power Ranger bad guys. All those B-Fighter Kabuto guys. Just Spin, recast, you know, cool stuff. Next up, we have a Mezco Me on a Gomez Spec Ops body. Then we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. In case you want to have evil space ninjas. You know, you never know. Putties may not cut it. You need some mercenaries. Right? Then we have 1000 Toys Carb. So far, a bunch of different sizes, and all of them seem to work pretty well. Let's move these guys out. Next up, we're going to do a Mythic Legions Black Knight. Draven Head. Then we have a Marvel Legends Moon Knight. All good shit. Ooh, I shouldn't have cursed. My bad, y'all. I'm going to just let that one go. YouTube will forgive me. Last but not least, we have my main man, Kamen Rider Kuga. Because he always has to make an appearance some way, somehow, right? Overall, I think this 2-pack is pretty fun, especially for those of you who may have missed out on Lord Zedd. But more importantly, everyone knows you really want the Rita to complete your Mighty Morphin antagonist team. So far we've got Zedd, we've got Rita, we've got Goldar. Like I said, you kind of just need Finster, and I forgot the name of the other guy. But those guys, you need them, and you can pretty much start rounding out your MMPR team, and it'll be dope. I really like this 2-pack. It sucks that my Zedd came busted, but thankfully I already had one, so it works out. But yeah, Rita came out great to me, and I'm hoping if we get a single carded version, there's something slightly different about it, or they include a new head sculpt, and that'll be fun, like they did with the Gold Zeo Ranger. All in all, I hope you get it. If you don't, I think that's totally fine too. It's really up to you how you spend your money. But as always, guys, please be good, do good, drink your water. Later.